Losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it. If you got a story, we don't care if it's happy or gory. So come share your losing it story with us.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Therapy Thursday with me, Nelsie Spencer, and the lovely Heidi L. Haddad. Heidi, hi.
Hi, Nelsie.
Nice glasses.
Thanks.
Therapy Thursday is brought to you by Losing It, which has an episode every Monday where I interview somebody. Well, you know all that. If you're here, you've been there, right? I don't have to tell you. And as you know, if you've been here before, Heidi is a licensed...
repeat ourselves.
Heidi is a licensed clinical social worker, and she has a private practice in Manhattan, and she has some lovely jewelry on today as well. Hi, dear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, dear.
How you doing?
I am good. It's a great day.
It's a really great day
to be here.
Yeah. You know what? It's a good day to be alive. It really is. It really is.
Isn't every day a good day to be alive?
Oh, I think it is. I think that's such a good point. That is such a good point. Well, I think let's get to it, shall we? Let's see what we got.
I think we shall.
Let's go. We get questions from different sources. You can tweet Heidi at Heidi L. Haddad, Heidi at Head Heart Therapy, and you can always contact us at losingitcontact@gmail.com. So we have some stuff that was tweeted. Oh, well, this one just jumped right out at me. Okay.
Ouch.
My wife won't have sex with me. She says it's because she just had a baby, but our sex life wasn't that active before the baby. I tried to set the mood, but it doesn't seem to work. Well, I'm assuming it's past the 6 weeks and the doctor has given the A-OK. So my wife won't have sex with me. Yikes. Thoughts? Suggestions?
Well, it doesn't sound like it might be related to the baby at all if you're saying that prior to ever having a baby, there was a problem. So I'm guessing that that's where you got to dig in. What's happening there? Where's the disconnect? Why aren't you? What is the struggle? What is the challenge? And dig into that piece. And so when your wife says, oh, it's because I'm scared it's going to hurt or any of it, making it about the baby, while all of that, of course, is valid and maybe true, what also I'm hearing is true is that prior to this present day situation, there was a prior day situation, historical. So I would start there.
Yeah.
Does that help? I mean, I don't know what the thing is. I mean, couples counseling, there are sex therapists out there that can be helpful. There are, and that doesn't mean that they're showing you how to have sex, but just usually if there's intimacy issues, it's because of something historical for either one of you or both of you. Maybe there's a lack of confidence. Maybe there's fear of being vulnerable. Maybe there are so many reasons why it's difficult to get to the place where you're having a hard time connecting. Maybe the way your love language isn't the same language in terms of what you both need. Maybe it's difficult to communicate about what you both want or either one of you wants in bed, and just expressing it feels too vulnerable. So maybe getting someone to help you in that regard might help you get to a more vulnerable place together where you're talking about what's happening. Not about like literally he's licking me here or something, but more about what's going on behind the scenes to disable what's happening in the present.
Yeah.
Physically.
Yeah. That's a good one. I think that, you're so vulnerable, when you're having sex, but also when you're approaching your partner to want to have sex and then to not have it reciprocated. Yeah, it's a very difficult situation. And getting outside help sounds great. Yeah.
The lack of reciprocity is if you're already, to your point, vulnerable, if you're already scared about reaching out, and not only just scared, but I guess scared, wary that and it's not met and that person is having their own stuff, or you reach out and the person's not touching you back or doesn't seem excited by your touch. It doesn't when you're engaged with someone sexually and they are responding to your touch in a way, whether it's verbally or physically, you can just tell that they're into it, then that's an aphrodisiac in and of itself, and that's a turn on. But if they are just lying there, or they seem checked out, or they're not responding verbally, then it's hard to keep going. It's hard to maintain interest and not take it personally, even though it's not personal. You're muted, Nelsie.
It's so funny because I hit that mute button.
A real pro. And
I thought it didn't work. I'm yeah, and I thought it didn't work, but it turns out it did. I was coughing. That's why I muted myself. Yeah.
I know that, but then you didn't come back.
I'm back, baby. And you know what? We have a second one. It's kind of that I wanted to dive into this one because it's kind of interesting, I think. Similar yet different. My husband and I have been married for 19 years. We never have sex anymore. I mean, never. I still want to. Still have a sex drive, but he doesn't seem to have any. I've stopped even trying because it kills my self-esteem so much. I'm in my 60s, by the way, and I feel like I should just let go, but I can't. Any ideas on whether I should continue approaching him or just tell my vagina to forget it? That's a good one. That's Lonely in LA.
Or tell your vagina to go shopping elsewhere. I'm kidding.
She's kidding.
Kidding.
Right? So she's in her 60s.
I'm kidding?
No, I'm just saying, right, I feel bad for her because it's like, first of all, you go, girl, that you've still got your sex drive in your 60s, which I, by the way, do as well. And what a bummer to, have, I mean, regardless of age or whatever, when you're not making that connection sexually, one wants it and the other one doesn't, it's just a drag. Thoughts for Lonely in LA.
I think that's the same whether you're in your 60s or you're in your 20s. If you're wanting intimacy with your partner and you're not getting it, and you don't know how to bridge that divide. As I will say about just about anything, communicate. Are you having this conversation with your husband? Are you talking about what you're needing? And is he able to talk about it also? Is he engaging and saying, I'm so sorry, babe, I want to be there, but I don't have an interest. Why doesn't he have an interest? Is it emotional? Is it physical? Is there a reason why that's not happening? There's nothing out there that says once you hit 60, you don't need to be having sex anymore. And as we well know, even people joke about it all the time about how people in their 80s and 90s have sex like crazy in the nursing home. So it's not, one has nothing to do with the other. I would say communicate with your partner and tell him or her what you're needing. And if, just like we were just talking about before, if it's hard to communicate about that, then there are therapists out there that can help you have that conversation. Just so you just don't have to do it alone. If it's hard to do alone, then get help.
Get some help. Yeah.
Get some support. And obviously there are books out there. If you felt uncomfortable talking to a therapist or financially that wasn't something that was viable for you, all of that, there are other options, whether it's books or videos or ways to talk about it in order to create the movement that you're looking for. Yeah. And you don't just have to have intercourse to be intimate. So what kind of intimacy are you looking for? And can you create a different kind of intimacy without it being intercourse if for some reason that was the block?
If that's the stumbling block. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I will say that I'm extremely lucky that I have a husband. I mean, we just have a good sex life. That's all I'll say. And what I will say,
tell us more about that, Nelsie.
Yeah. Well, what I will say
really
is
get into it. Tell us.
I'm going to get into it. Well, earlier tonight. No, what I will say
you were late?
is that's why I was late. What I will say is that yes, sex is great because you have an orgasm, hopefully. But it's also great because you're just, like you said, you're just connecting. It's just a lovely way to connect. You connect before, you connect afterwards. It's, and there's a lot of pluses going on, and so I'm just all with you, where find some help, because even if you're not end up having the best sex life ever, the lack of communication about a basic thing that somebody is wanting and they're not getting in the relationship, that's a bummer. And how can we fix that? So get some help. There's great therapists out there and books. Okay, fantastic. There we go.
But also, just to keep it really on the cheap, talk about it. Just talk, say how you feel on a really simple level. I am wanting intimacy. I'm wanting to feel connected to you. I'm wanting to be touched. I want to touch you. I want to feel close to you physically and emotionally.
I feel sad that we don't have sex. I feel, whatever those feelings are, I feel lonely or I feel.
But I would say it's not just I feel sad that we don't have sex, because some people could interpret that as a judgment and a criticism and feel like take it on. Yeah. Even though you're allowed to have your even though you're allowed to have your feelings and say I feel sad, but I would say that the sadness is more I feel sad and disconnected. I'm wanting connection. I'm wanting
connection.
Connect and just intimacy with you, and I want to be touched and do the touching, and I want to feel wanted, and I want to show you how much I want you. And can we just lie together? Can we just be together and look at each other? I mean, there's so many ways to create the intimacy. I mean, obviously that person doesn't just want to stare into each other's eyes, but it's a place to start.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like that.
Put in some Barry White. I'm kidding.
Put on some Luther Vandross, put on some Barry White.
Oh my God.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a Barry White fan. I don't know what she's got.
I'm a huge Barry White fan, but I don't know if that's the thing that's gonna. That's not the thing that's like what?
To be loved.
Barry's on
and to
love.
What
that means?
Right.
Did you hear that?
Okay, let's see. Let's do another
whatever.
There's a couple of Barry White songs that are on one of my many workout playlists. Love it. Every time it comes on, I'm happy. I don't get horny necessarily, but I am happy.
See, not everybody wants to have sex to Barry White. Some people really want to work it out. Work it out.
Okay, here we go. Wow. Okay, this is. I'm worried I won't get the job I want, and I'm worried that I won't get a job at all. And if I never meet someone what if I never meet someone I actually like? Because if I don't meet someone, then I'll be alone and won't ever have a family, and then I'll have no money, no love, no children. What do I do? Wow, that is a big one. That is a big one. So this person's living in a lot of what ifs, a lot of fears. And it's not what if I win the lottery, what if all my dreams come true. Those are not the what ifs they're having.
Right. That's almost more, we could work with that. We could work with that delusion. I would say stop it. Just stop it. Stop the what if.
With love.
Get off the what if train. Jump off. That train is going to crash. That train isn't going anywhere but to hell in a handbasket. I'm just going to say it like that. That is not a good train to be on. So get off the train, bring your attention back to the present. Each one of those things in and of itself, you can create movement around. Throwing yourself down the well into a pit of despair of my whole life is coming to an end because I don't have any of these things isn't real.
Yeah.
Have to slow it down and just take it one step at a time. Take one thing at a time. You're looking for a job. Look for the job. If you're not finding work that appeals to you, maybe you have to find a job that's not appealing to you in order to get to a job that is appealing to you for now because you need the money. However, you're putting yourself out there to meet someone, or maybe you're not putting yourself out there. Put yourself out there. talk to friends, go out and just be social. And eventually, if you're just out and about, and I mean, I know we're in a pandemic right now, but things are opening up and people are able to go out. So get creative in all the various ways that you can find enjoyment in life without the focus being so narrow on I need to find my partner in order to start a family. There are also plenty of ways to start a family without doing it with a partner. I'm not saying that that's the route you want to take, but there are just so many options. And staying so unilaterally focused on it has to be like this. I need the job that I want, and I need to find the partner that I want in order to start a family, in order to be happy. That's the only way forward is not true. There are so many ways forward, and ways forward that are surprising. You never know what's coming down the pike.
Yeah. And and I know I was making a joke, but instead of when your brain starts doing that, what if, you can say, what if I get the perfect job? What if I get a great job? What if my perfect partner is on their way to me right now? Because I'm not a therapist, but I play one every Thursday.
Can I add in there?
Yeah, go.
Thank you for the job I want.
Yes.
Thank you for a loving reciprocal partner. Thank you for a job that brings me joy and fulfills my passion. Thank you for, whatever, fill in the blank.
So then because you're coming from gratitude versus fear.
Right. And even the what ifs, I appreciate where you're coming from with what if I have this amazing partner, but it's still, there's a then, because what if is a beginning of a then. So I guess what if I have an amazing partner and I'm happy, but still the setup is still on the train versus changing it to just an expansive, relaxed, thank you for this amazing trust, right? Thank you for this and acceptance of what is. Thank you for this beautiful job I have. Thank you for a home that I'm loving living in. Thank you for, there's this exercise that I learned that on a piece of paper, in the middle of the piece of paper, you make a heart, and in the middle of the heart, you write, I am. And then off the heart, you have these lines, as many or as few as you'd like. The more before you even...
I have to close my door. A lot of noise suddenly in the house. Hang on.
I am on saying the most brilliant things ever. Ronnie, right? You hearing me, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Thanks,
did Ronnie make a comment?
Because I was like, I'm saying the most amazing things ever, right, Ronnie?
Yes.
So you got the heart. I am.
Okay. So where should I pick up?
From right there. You got the heart. You have the heart. And you can write as many.
Before I'm going to back up from the heart and say, before you do that, if you're creating an intention, let's say it's a job that you want, a particular kind of job in a particular field that you really want, sit quietly with your eyes closed and imagine yourself at that job, whatever it is, and imagine, really put yourself there. What does the space look like? Who are you surrounded by in this job? What are you doing in the job? What does your desk look like if you have a desk? What does let's just, for the sake of this, if you have a desk, what is on the desk? Get into the details of it. Who's to your right? Who's to your left? What's in front of you? Are there windows in your office? Are there, what are you wearing? What does it smell like? All of it. Go through it. Is there a lot of light? Is there noise? Is there quiet? Go through it all and imagine it in what your ultimate fantasy would be. And then once you really have it, and it's almost like it's a visceral picture you have, then make this heart on a piece of paper, write I am, and on each line, write I am enchantingly sitting at my beautiful desk surrounded by windows. I am high-fiving my... I don't know why you'd high-five anybody, but I am, excitedly talking to my coworkers who I love working with. I am everything. And the adverb that comes before what you're doing is effusive and full of excitement and love and happiness, and just I'm excitedly running to work.
Yeah, I'm happily doing my job. I'm joyfully going out with my new, on a wonderful date, something like that. Yeah, right.
No, we're in a job, not a date.
So with the I am thing, it's specific to the job.
Right, because the intention is the job that you want, and then you're doing the I am with all the pieces of that. I mean, you can do an intention of I'm living my best life, and the I am.
You can have all
whatever
those
you
things.
Want. The point is that you are saying things in the present. You're owning it with the I ams. Not I hope one day I get da 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 da. It's like I am happily holding my partner's hand. I am. Yeah.
Saying it in the present tense. I'm all for that. Let me tell you, I live in this beautiful house that has water views and is light filled. And my affirmation about it and my vision of it was a beautiful, light filled, airy home, well maintained home. And that's what I live in now. And, the water view was kind of an extra. I hadn't even put that in the equation. So I just happened to look out on a canal where I live. So present tense, I am, great, good adverbs, descriptive words, right? And
ask and trust you will receive.
And get off that shitty what if train, because that train's just going to hell in a handbasket. Am I right? Or am I right?
Get off the train, chugga chugga.
People all over the world, hold hands. Okay, so Ronnie, do we have time for one more?
No.
Okay.
Really?
Well,
did we do 3?
We did 3,
yes.
Baby.
Oh.
I think we've done it. And
do we have any more to ask?
There's a few more. Yeah.
Quick costume change again.
So this was next week. Next week we will be back.
It's like no.
We will be back next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. Therapy Thursday. Please rate.
Oh, this is real.
Yeah, we're talking.
This is real life.
We're recording. Did you forget that we were recording?
I thought we were done.
We have to say goodbye first. Remember that part when we say goodbye?
Delete all of that, Ronnie.
Heidi, you're blurry. Okay, so thank you guys for coming. We're happy to answer any questions you might have. You can tweet Heidi at Heidi L. Haddad or Heidi at Head Heart Therapy. You can email us at losingitcontact@gmail.com. You can DM us on Instagram, which is Losing It Podcast. And you can make comments below, right? If you're watching us on YouTube, not listening to us, make a comment right down below after you subscribe and ask us a question and we will answer it. All right, guys? So have a great day. Be kind to yourself and others, and don't be blurry.
Don't be blurry. Bye.
Don't be blurry. And never worry.
Losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it. You came and you listened to the story. I hope so much that it didn't make you sorry, and I hope so much that you'll come back again.
Losing It, hosted by Nelsie Spencer. Produced by me, Ronnie Whaley. Theme song by Hunter Williams. Follow us online on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all podcasting platforms at Losing It Podcast. Viewers can email Nelsie with questions or comments about life, writing, comedy, or even your own Losing It story for a chance to be on the Losing It Podcast at losingitcontact@gmail.com. For everything Nelsie and everything Losing It, visit us at nelsiespencer.com.